right now I'm going to change hats for a moment. I'm going to take off the hat of Bob Ufer, the voice of Michigan football, and I'm going to put on the hat of Bob Ufer, the M-Man. And I'm going to talk to another group of M-Men, these Michigan players, and a fine group of football athletes. They've done it all down through the years. And I guess you guys know that this old reporter, I love this great University of Michigan. I love football, and I think you fellas are something special. You know why? Because to me, you exemplify what Michigan athletics and Michigan athletes are all about. You not only have class, but you have met adversity individually, and met adversity and conquered it, so that you could be out and play on this great 1980 football team. And as a team, you come together with a cohesiveness, a straight core, and you have overcome adversities, a lot of them. And you won a championship that everybody said you couldn't do. And you know what you're going to do tomorrow? You're going to give the finest coach in America his first bowl game. That's what you're going to do tomorrow. I know you've 15-year reunions. And I've been to a lot of these reunions. You're going to have some. But there's one underlying thing characteristic of all these championship teams. There's always one thing that they'll never forget and they'll always remember. And you will have the same situation after that game tomorrow. A lot of you guys are too young to remember Bo Schembechler's team in 1969. Jimmy Fredstetter told you about it. And they played the Ohio State team. It was like my son as the finest team in a 100-year history of intercollegiate football. They had won 22 games in a row, fellas. They hadn't lost a game in 2 years. And they upset Ohio that day, 24-0. But you know what that 1969 team will never forget and always remember? Their Rose Bowl day over here in Pasadena, that morning, their coach, your coach, got a heart attack. That afternoon, they'll never forget that score. Southern California 10, Michigan 3. 2 years later, 1971, Michigan had another great championship team. 11-0, unbeaten and untied. They won it all that year. They were the coach of the football world. You know what that 1971 team will never forget and always remember? Their Rose Bowl game. Stanford 13, Michigan 12. 1976. That was a great football team, a great championship team. They blew a great Ohio State team and Woody Hayes right out of Columbus 22-0. But do you know what that team in 1976 will never forget and always remember? Their Rose Bowl game over here, Southern Cal 14, Michigan 6, 1977. They whooped the Buckeyes that day, 14-6. You know what they'll never forget, what they'll always remember? Washington 27, Michigan 20. 1978, they went down to Ohio State and whooped the Buckeyes 14-3. But you know what they'll never forget, what they'll always remember? Southern California and the Phantom touchdown 17, Michigan 10. Now 1980, you fellas have done it all. You've won it, you've beaten Purdue on TV, you've beaten Ohio State on TV, you've won the big ones, haven't you? You've done it all. Fellas, I've been around long enough and you've been around long enough to know what I mean when I say they wrap fish in yesterday's newspaper. What you did last fall, I want you to search your soul right now and ask each one of yourselves, how significant is what you did last fall going to be if you don't win that ball game tomorrow? You're going to win that ball game. You got it? And when you win it, not if you win it, when you win it, you're going to be able to say something that no Schembechler team has ever been able to say in the past. No Schembechler team will ever say in the future. You're going to be able to say that you gave one of the greatest coaches in the history of intercollegiate football his first bowl victory. You're going to win that ball game tomorrow. You're going to win it for Bo. You're going to win it for Michigan. You're going to win it for the team with the winningest tradition in the history of Big Ten football. You're going to win it for the sagging prestige of the Big Ten. You're also going to win it for the school that has the largest living alumni body in the world, over 300,000 of them, and they're all going to be behind you tomorrow. And you know, most of all, you're going to win it for yourselves. You're going to prove to yourselves that Notre Dame and South Carolina were flukes. And when you walk out of that stadium tomorrow afternoon with victory ringing in your ears, you're going to know that you could have been 12-0 in the season. And better yet, you're going to know down deep because you have just shown 45 million on TV, along with 100,000 over there, that you are indeed the finest football team in America today. Fellas, I ask you from this point on, think victory, beat Washington. You've got 60 minutes of football and a lifetime to remember. And believe me, you will remember tomorrow's game of Washington.